doing great. So you are back today for your brow and lash appointment, right? Okay, so we wanted to give you a little update on your dress. So I got back confirmation from our tailor. Everything is going well. Measurements look good. Fabric choices, no issues. All right, so we do expect that back in a couple days for your brow and lash appointment. Let's go ahead and get you logged into the appointment profile and figure out what you want to do. Okay, so what's your phone number? Great. So what's the date? Okay. And you are here for your brow and lash appointment with consultation. Okay, and this is your third appointment. Looks like your next appointment will be your nails and then your makeup. And it looks like you did book a unready post formal appointment with us. Is that correct? Okay, so we will come to your home after the formal. I have it around 11 p.m. Okay, we will take your hair out. I should say me. It's just gonna be me. I'll take your hair out, brush it, we'll do a hair treatment, we'll remove your makeup, all of that, okay? Do skincare. So that's usually around 40 minutes-ish. It can go a little longer. And did you bring any inspo today for the brows or the lashes that you're looking at? Or do you want to just do the consultation and figure it out then? Consultation. Alright, perfect. So I'm gonna go grab a couple inspo items for you, alright? I have a book of a few things, and then we'll look at your eyebrow shape and we'll get started. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, so I have a couple inspo picks, like I said. These are our main lash styles that we offer. So I'll go over this with you later, but I just wanted to show you this is the chart we go for in terms of our eyebrow shapes and what you are looking for. It does help. It gives kind of a guide based on your eye type. But I just tell people to get what they like. Don't worry if it's coordinating with the eye type or whatever. So we'll get to that. First, let's just pick your lashes. Okay, so I have, like I said, a couple inspo photos here. And I'll show you what we have. So the first one is a elegant but very subtle lash. So most of what you see in this photo is the liner and the shadow. It's not the lash itself. So the lash is really, really thin but elegant. This is great for any eye type and if you're looking to have a no lash look. Okay, so the next one is a more fuller lash. It still is more natural looking, but fuller than the first one I showed you. This is what it looks like. So you can see between these two, this one, most of the lashes are concentrated back here, whereas this one, it's a bit thicker and it goes across the whole eye. Alright, and they are pretty separated, so you have some longer ones across, but they're not fully all the way together. Then the other one is this one. This is a much fuller, so where here you have the sporadic long ones, here you have the full length. Okay. to provide this photo because this one is kind of, in my opinion, a mix of these two. So you have, which one is it? This long length one, but with the very defined thick lashes. So if you put those two together, you're going to get something like this. And then the last one is the Bambi. Like, this reminds me of the old, like, Lana Del Rey, very defined Bambi, kind of beautifully long defined lashes. So you can see how that is here. And we do have lashes for all of these here in house, obviously. So are there any that you are gravitating towards? Okay, so this one. And what do you like about this one? Okay. Yeah. All right, and any others that you are gravitating towards? This one? Okay, in between the two, what do you like about one more than the other one? The fullness across. And are you have any, do you wear lashes frequently, or have you worn them before? Only a few times. Okay. I would go for something a little bit lighter then. My recommendation, going all in, it might feel really heavy. You do have a couple days to get used to it, but it might feel like too much to go with something so thick. You really want something really full though? Okay. I still think this looks very full if you like it. You want to do this one? Okay. So let me just add a couple notes to your profile for this. So that lash installation will be $80. You good with that? Okay. You have no lashes on right now, so we don't need to remove. All right, so I'll just go ahead and show you. This is the lashes that we're going to be using for your look, okay? And that's good. You like these? Yes, they're very full. One stuck to me. Sorry, these are just a little parts. These are full. These were just like little separate extensions that I'd used on somebody else. So this is just the full lash extensions. Okay, perfect. Now, I do want to let you know, and I don't think you want to do this, but we do have these. So what we can do is, I know you said you want really full, but you didn't want to go overboard. I don't think that this will be the case, but if you add these, and they're just not your thing, and you want something fuller and you wish you'd gone fuller, no problem. We'll add a few of these on. You can see they're very small, so we could just add a few on the edges to increase the length and give you that look like the second picture that you liked the inspo for. Okay, that's what we will do. So I've got that done. So now we're going to move on to your consultation for your brows. Now, before we get started, I just want to brush your brows out, and I'm just going to take a quick look if that's okay. I do have my bag here of my tools. so I'll just be grabbing this a lot. So if you're wondering, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just going to start out with a spoolie, okay? And just, relax, okay? I'm going to take a look at your brows. Okay, I'm going to get a different brush. Okay, just going to go in with this little brush, okay? So are you getting excited for the events? Yeah, good. Alright, so I'm looking at your brows. They look really good, honestly. They have a lot of shape. I'm thinking just cleaning up the areas on the top. You have a little bit of overgrown hair on the top. Just fixing up the centerpiece. Like you have a little bit, I don't want to say unibrow, but just some growth there. And then possibly just smoothing out the curve underneath. Okay, so let me show you the picture. So right now, obviously, like I said, they need cleaned up a little bit, but you're pretty much following a shape like this one. What I wanted to do, like I said, was just clean up the center area here and then remove some of the overgrown hairs here and then clean up the top areas. Most of this I do through waxing, but I'll do maybe a little plucking if we need to. I'll try to stay away from that if you don't like it. It's fine, you're fine with some plucking. Alright. And I can also do microblading a bit. I have a microblading tool. So we can just kind of do a little bit of that. Is that what you want to do? Okay, so we're going to go with the fourth and still pick. This one, right? We're good with that, just double checking. Okay. Okay, great. I'll put that down. And any sensitivities? Okay. And you're not on any type of retinol in that area? Okay. And what about any antibiotics? Did you want to dye your brows today? Alright. I almost knocked my toner over because I have too much stuff over here. Alright, I think I've got everything for you down. And you said no wax or other product sensitivities that you're aware of. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get everything organized on my station here and put away the keyboard and the inspo picks, and then we'll get started on your brows. All right, so I've got everything set up for your brows, which we will start first. I'm going to just kind of run through with you what the brow appointment is going to look like, okay? So the first thing is biggest, number one thing that we need to do to get a good brow is skincare and skin prep. So I will be washing your face with some spray, and I have this Honey Jarrett Clean Whip cleanser that I'm gonna use on your face. Have you heard of this one before? Do you like this one? Okay, good. So I'll use that, we'll wipe that off, and then I'll do a little bit of prep. I'm gonna apply some toner, and then I have a bag of different prep skincare items, and I usually just ask you a couple questions going through and pick a few to use on your skin. They are sample products, so we have all of these available for sale if you are interested in any of them. Then I'll go ahead into the microblading and waxing. We'll clean up the wax and do any plucking that we need, and then I'll finish off by prepping your skin. When I do the shape, I will be doing just a little bit of measurements and marking with one of these pencils on your face to make sure I get all of the angles perfect. Okay? Any questions before we get started? No? All right. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and add some water and cleanser to your face. All right. So please just feel free to relax. All right. Like I said, I'm just going to start off with some skin prep. And I already kind of talked you through that, so I'm not going to explain that too much. Okay, I'm going to remove your makeup. To put this around your hair. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna add this cute little cat hairband to your hair, around your hair, to keep it out of your face. Okay, just okay. Sorry, I just wanted to adjust that Velcro. Does that feel okay? All right, perfect. Gonna add some water, okay? And you just let me know if you sorry, I didn't want that to go in your eyes, if I need to adjust anything, okay? Okay, your face should be pretty wet. I'm just gonna wipe just below the brow or the eyes a little bit. I don't want your eyes having water around them. And I'm gonna add the cleanser. And again, this is the cleanser. You'll get to take this sample home with you. It's a pretty cool look. And I'm gonna add a little bit more. Okay, here we go. Get lathered on your forehead and your cheeks. Okay, perfect. Just wash my hands really quick. Okay. Let that sit just for a second. How's it feel on your face? Good? Alright, wonderful. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and spray some water and remove that from your face. face, alright? And again, you just tell me if anything's bothering you. Just gonna start wiping that off. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Just around the eyebrows a little bit more. Okay. Good. Alright. Now I'm just going to use this little puff and I'm going to just puff dry your face, okay? And tell me if it's bothering you. This is like an exfoliator, kind of gentle exfoliation. That's why I'm focusing a lot around your brow. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply some brightening toner. This is by Good Molecules. I don't know if you've heard of this, but it's a really good one. It's going to reduce some of the inflammation and redness in your, since we are doing waxing. Let's get a different tire. So on the end, okay, and I'm just going to gently go over your brow. Okay. How does that feel? Oh, good. No burning, nothing like that, right? Okay. Let's see. Now I'm going to go ahead and start on the measuring. Okay. So the first thing I'll do is I'm just going to use a measuring tape. This is a skinny one, a little bit smaller than the one I used on your dressing. So I'll just measure your brows, make sure everything lines up perfectly, and we'll get started. Sorry, mine got tangled in the drawer, I guess. Okay. ahead and I think I'm going to microblade before I wax because I don't want to wax and then you're irritated and then I'm trying to microblade, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and apply a little bit of this ointment. And then I'm going to use this microblading tool. It's very gentle, so please don't worry about that. And I'm just going to go and ensure that the shaping is all squared away. All right, so I'm just going to start here. Have you ever had your brows dermaplaning done on your brows? No. I like it for thicker brows only. I'm going to cross the very top right now, okay? And the bottom. Just basically take off a bit of hair from the thick areas, okay? Not thinning the brow, just not making it overly difficult to style. Yeah, I find it really relaxing too. Just across the top one more time. Fully go. Sorry, I lose track of things a little bit fast sometimes. There it is. Okay, I'm just gonna go over them and brush the brows. All good. Just gonna spray them. And then we are going to go ahead and do the waxing. Just want to make sure they're nice and clean. As you know, it's a problem with the wax if they're not. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do your wax. I have my wax bowl here. I am going to use a little this blotter to add the wax to your skin like this. And then I'll use a wax strip to overlay that and remove the wax. Okay. Now, just before, let's see, no, we're good. Okay. Getting some wax here. All right, you ready? Just starting with this eyebrow. One, two, three. All right. How's that looking? Feeling, I should say, not looking. It looks great. Good. All right. Wax not too hot, right? All right. 3. Your skin barely even getting it red, so that's amazing. One, two, three. Alright, so I just need to get the area between your eyes now. Okay. Just going to all right, looks good. Just gonna go ahead and clean off the wax, okay? Well, there's not really wax, but excess. Just gonna clean up the excess strips here. You look really good. Now I'm just going to go in with the tweezers really quickly and just make sure there's nothing excess to remove. Okay, just do as still as possible. brushing these out. And I'm gonna trim. I have this small pair of scissors, so I've just brushed everything up on your brows, and I'm just going to trim off a bit of the thicker areas, okay? Just a couple more areas. Just gonna brush. All right. Clean off my scissors and brush those back out. Those look great. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some skincare for you. Just gonna start off with a little bit of serum and cream, I should say. It's not really serum. So I have one of our in-house serums here, and I also have a cooling serum, which is really good post-brow appointment. Which one do you prefer? That one? Okay. Just gonna add this to your brows, okay? Gonna rub this in with my finger, okay? And I do obviously put it where the hair is, because that's usually underneath is where it's very, exactly, not very good. Okay. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some essential oil, and I'm going to brush this into your skin. All around the brows. Do a little bit of this lavender. Dilute it with a bit of water. And then I'm going to go ahead and just rub this with a brush. Yeah, it's pretty strong. I like it though. Do you like it? Okay. If it's too strong, I can wipe it off. All right, all good, right? All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to your lash extensions. Oh, did you want me to clean up the brow with any pomade or anything? I do have some pomade. No, okay. They're very dark, so I don't even think the pomade would really make a difference. so I'm gonna just start out. I'm gonna just dab, around the brow a bit. I'm sorry, the lash with this to just clean it. Okay. Sorry, my glasses are bothering my eyes there. Okay, are you ready? Sorry about that. I'm going to use this fully and comb my lashes. All right, ready? Now, I'm going to add some tape underneath your lashes to keep it from going in your eye. I'm going to use this one. They're not very thick, so it shouldn't bother you too much, okay? Okay, so just stay still. There's somebody calling the studio. Somebody else will get it, it's fine. Okay, good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add the glue. And then we'll put the lashes on. I'm just going to take a quick look at your eyes to make sure all these, everything's good to go. I'm just going to look. Okay, I don't see any issues. Everything's nice and cleaned up. Alright, so add the glue. Just like to make sure everything's perfectly laid before we go in with the glue. Okay, just stay still and I'm going to add the glue to the first lash, okay? Alright, just stay nice and still. I'm just going to add these on. Alright, and you are going to be able to see them, so don't let it bother you too much. Okay, is that comfortable? Alright, now open your eyes all the way. Alright, and I'm just going to wipe it. Make sure no excess glue carried over. Close your eye. Alright, very good. Right, and then like I said, I'm going to brush it again. And we're going to do the second one. Okay. gonna add it on this side. Just keep your eye open, okay? You don't have to close it. Okay. So these will be fine to stay on for about 2 to 3 weeks. Sorry, I just wanted a bit of a different spoolie. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna comb them with this. All right, that looks really good. Now I am gonna apply a little bit of mascara. I'm gonna go in with this Honest brand that has a primer. So we are going to prime them first. Okay, ready? I always use this one because it does not have any additives, so it doesn't usually like break people out, or you know what I mean. All right, we're gonna go in with this part now. Okay. And then just close your eyes. I'm going to give it one last spray. Ready? And one last wipe. Just gentle wipe. Don't want to pull. Alright, so just take a little bit of a second there to acclimate to them and make sure you feel good. You don't want anything trimmed, changed, or added. It is gonna feel slightly like heavier when you blink until your eyes gets used to it. Let me go ahead and just add a curl for you. Now they are naturally curled, obviously, but I never see it as a problem, just doing a little extra. Good. Alright, so overall, what do you think? You love it? Alright, great. So over the next couple days, if, ouch, that hurt. If anything changes and you want something adjusted, especially for the lashes, and you just need to call me, or you can just call the studio, and we will help you and get that fixed before the formal. So I believe your next appointment is your nail appointment, right? Okay, so I will see you in a few days for your nail appointment, and like I said, in the meantime, anything comes up that you need, just give me a call. All right, I will see you soon. Thanks for coming in today.